Hey guys, today I'm here to do the Your Life in Books tag. This tag was created by Danny Carlin. I'll leave her link in the description box below. So basically this tag has 8 questions and each question corresponds to a certain part of your life, so let's get started. The first question is find a book for each of your initials. So my first name, Mary, M. I chose Mockingjay by Suzanne Collins, the 3rd book in the Hunger Games trilogy. This is definitely my least favorite of the whole trilogy. Honestly, I thought it kind of ruined the entire trilogy because I loved the first 2 and this one was just, eh. My middle name, Emma, E. I chose The Elite by Kiera Cass. I ignored the. I actually really liked this book. The characters could get annoying at times, but I thought it was a good sequel and I can't wait for the 3rd one. For my last name, which starts with B, I chose Beautiful Creatures by Kimmy Garcia and Margaret Stoll. It's another one of my favorite books. It's a huge book, and it was like really my first paranormal book that I read after Twilight, and I really enjoyed it. The next question is count your age along the bookshelf. What book is it? So I went through my bookshelf and I counted 18 because, believe it or not, I am 18. And I got The Silver Chair by C.S. Lewis. I actually have not read this one yet. I've only read a couple of them, and I've just never continued with the series, and I don't really know why. I guess I just kind of got too old for them, but someday I will finish the series, because they're rather short, and I think I can get through them fairly quickly. The next question is pick a book that is set in your city/state/country. And I don't have a physical copy of this, but I chose The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky. I'll insert a picture right now. So as you all probably know, this book is set in Pittsburgh, and I live a little ways outside of Pittsburgh. But the Fort Pitt Tunnel that they describe in the book, the one that Charlie and all of them go running through and sticking their hands up as they go through the tunnel and enter the city, that's the main portal. Not portal. It's the main way that I enter the city. So it's like, when I was reading about it in the book, I was just imagining it like, when I was a kid, it was like the best thing to be driving through that tunnel, and especially when it'd be dark. And you'd see the lights of the tunnel and everything. You'd see this, you couldn't really completely tell what's after it, but then you pop out and you see the beautiful city of Pittsburgh. And it was just, in the movie, it was just so perfectly done. I really enjoyed reading about that. Even though the book wasn't my favorite, but I still rather liked it. The next question is pick a book that represents a destination that you would love to travel to. And for this one, I chose Scarlet by Marissa Meyer. It's the 2nd book in the Lunar Chronicles. And as you probably know, part of it is set in France. It's just one of my dreams to explore Europe and everything, so hopefully I'll get to do that soon. Next question is pick a book that's your favorite color. And for this one, I chose The Clue of the Tapping Heels by Carolyn Keene. It's the 16th book in the Nancy Drew Mystery Series. And I know I've been showing The Hidden Staircase a lot, but this one, my favorite color, as you can probably tell, is yellow, and it's yellow all over. It's the most yellow of any of them on the shelf, and I own, like, pretty much all of the yellow ones. If you want to see, I'll move the camera over so you can see. See, that's my shelf. I loved this series when I was younger, and I want to reread some of them. I've been rereading some of them every once in a while, just for a little change of pace, and so I can relive my childhood. Next question is pick a book that you have the fondest memories of, and for this one, I had to choose Cookie Monster's Good Time to Eat. I don't know who it's by. It says it's illustrated by Richard Brown. But I remember when I was really little, my parents would read this to me, and the reason this one gives me the fondest memories is because the very last page is Cookie Monster on the floor eating cookies in the dark with a flashlight. And so my dad and I kind of came up with this tradition where we go up into a dark room and eat cookies with a flashlight. And it was one of my fondest memories of when I was a kid. Next question is which book did you have the most difficulty reading? And for this one I chose Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. I tried reading this a couple of summers ago and I got about this far into it, and I rarely ever don't finish a book, so that was really weird. I just found the writing hard to understand, but then last year for English I had to read it, So I figured, well, I guess I need to give it another shot. I actually cheated and I watched the movie before, but then that way I had a good idea of the story, so that way I could read the book. And it was a lot easier the second time around. I really enjoyed the story. The writing was still really hard to get through, but overall I love the story, and of course I got into the Lizzie Bennet diaries, and I'm obsessed with those. The last question is, which book in your TBR pile will give you the most sense of accomplishment when you finish it? And naturally I chose Les Miserables by Victor Hugo. Now, I started reading this and I got about 362 pages in, and I am going to finish this someday, I promise you, but I wanted to read other things, and it's just so long. It's over 1,000 pages. It's 1,463 pages, so that's like, it's huge. And it was just, it's not like I don't enjoy it, because I love the movie and everything, but it's just, he has so much descriptive detail that's kind of, honestly, a little bit unnecessary. And some parts of it are just kind of really hard to get through, but I will finish this someday, I promise. So yeah, guys, that was the tag. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you again next time. Goodbye!